Well, there, hello. This is Chauncey Morley, serial entrepreneur. And for those of you that are new to the series, we're actually doing the 25 days of inspiration around the holidays. So 25 gifts of inspiration around the holidays. And from December 1st, December 25th, I'm actually wrapping and unwrapping a gift and then giving you some insight and antidotes to ways that it can improve your life and everyone else. It's kind of like a tool or a technique. And if you are coming back to my channel, well, welcome back. If you can see this gift that I have in here, pretty cool. Why don't you give me a thumbs up, a like, a support, depending on what channel you're on. If you're watching me on Facebook, or my Facebook profile, or Facebook John C. Morley Serial Entrepreneur, or my LinkedIn profile, or my John C. Morley Serial Entrepreneur video page on YouTube, or John C. Morley Serial Entrepreneur on Twitch. So what I'd like you to do is comment below. What's in this gift? Can you tell me what's in this gift? What's in this gift? Okay. What is in this gift? And so when we think about what's in the gift, it's pretty interesting because I don't know. It looks kind of interesting, right? It has a little bit of weight to it. If you can, I'll shake it off camera. Okay. Some kind of a, I don't know. It feels like it might be like a glass or a bottle or something. I don't know. So why don't you guess below what you think this might be, and then tag some of your friends, colleagues, and associates. And yes, go ahead and yes, share it out to them and many other people on your social platforms. So let's get right into opening this, shall we? Great. So I'm going to unwrap this gift. It is a kind of bottle. What kind of bottle is it? Well, it looks like it's an antibacterial hand spray with natural essential oils. Winterberry ice. 3 full ounces, 88 milliliters. And so, why did I gift myself a bottle of antibacterial hand spray? I think the reason that I did this is a couple things. One is, people believe that if we have this, we're safe, but we're not. So I believe that we get a false sense of security. Now, before I talked about a false sense of security, meaning a security camera, I'm talking about a false sense of security and safety, health-wise. So if I take off the cap like this, and if I just spray it, you can see the spray. It has a nice berry scent to it. But is washing your hand with hand sanitizer going to save you from all kinds of germs? No. Hand sanitizer is not better than soap. So a lot of people think that hand sanitizer is better. People think that using sanitizer creates an antibiotic barrier resistance. The truth? The antibiotics operate completely differently than the hand sanitizers. And typically, they're actually ingested and slow the growth and the reproduction of bacteria. So when we think about this, another myth is that hand sanitizers creates superbugs. Well, superbugs or antibiotic resistant bacteria are created when bacteria build up a tolerance to treatments like antibiotics. The main ingredient in Purell hand sanitizer is ethyl alcohol, which destroys cell walls and evaporates quickly from the skin, which means bacteria doesn't have the opportunity to fight back and build resistance. All germs are the same. No, they're not. So thinking that you're going to be able to just, pop this in your pocket and have a nice day and stay protected, well, you're kind of fooling yourself. people always ask me, John, does hand sanitizer, using it often, dry out your hands? So Purell hand sanitizers are formulated with a mild and effective ingredients, they say. And in high use situations, you can count on a product that not only eliminates germs that may cause illness, it also keeps your skin feeling soft. But hand sanitizers don't remove all germs. Hand sanitizers don't kill all germs. What do I mean by that? Well, there's a difference between antibacterial soap versus hand sanitizer. Okay. And if we think about that for just a moment, they operate a little bit differently. And so, if you want to uh, get rid of germs, the best thing to do is to wash your hand for 20 seconds, right? That's the best thing you can do. Does hand sanitizer work better than soap? Well, hand sanitizer can disinfect if it's at least 60% alcohol. But hands down, we know soap and water is the most effective way to remove chemicals and all kinds of germs. But then why are people taking the staple of hand sanitizer saying, oh my gosh, I've got to get hand sanitizer? Well, it's good in a pinch, but it's not going to knock out all kinds of bacteria. It'll kill some, right? It'll kill some. And then they have like a nice scent or smell. And that makes people think that it's really something interesting, right? But why is it that people don't get it? It's because society has put messages in people's heads saying that if you have hand sanitizer in your pocket and you spray it, well, you're going to be safe. But that's not entirely true. It's not entirely true. But if you were thinking about hand sanitizer for a minute, right? If it's used properly, alcohol-based hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol is an effective way to kill the COVID-19 virus. Okay, so it does that, but it doesn't kill other bacteria. Also, when you use hand sanitizer, it's not the same feeling as when you use warm soap and water, right? I always feel when you use hand sanitizer, it's like you got a film on your hands. So, the other reason that I gave this gift to myself is that when you do things in life, do you work with purity or do you just put a film on things so it kind of looks good? Pretty interesting, right? Now, if somebody says to you, well, you better have hand sanitizer on you, and a lot of places, football games and outdoor parks, they have these Purell and different dispensers so that you can actually sanitize your hands. But why is hand sanitizer not as good as soap? Well, so hand sanitizer pumps and stations and wipes are everywhere. Grocery stores, malls, schools, churches, and yes, even doctors' offices. So keeping our hands clean helps to prevent the spread of disease, but are hand sanitizers a good substitute for washing hands? Hmm. We all know that washing hands is very important. It's the best way to avoid getting sick. But does hand sanitizer do just as good of a job as lathering up with soap and water? So the soap industry doesn't have anything to worry about because washing your hands the traditional way is far superior to using hand sanitizer. Soap lifts dirt, germs, and oil off of grimy hands to give you a better overall clean feeling, and it cleanses you. Okay. The CDC says to wet your hands and clean with water and apply soap to lather. Scrub all surfaces, palms, backs, fingers, between the fingernails, under the nails. Scrub for 20 seconds. They say to sing the song Happy Birthday twice. So if you go to the restroom and you hear somebody singing Happy Birthday, it's not because it's their birthday. It's just because somebody told them to do that. So daily hand sanitizer use could be harmful, and the use of certain products in hand sanitizer. So people are using hand sanitizer on a daily basis, sometimes multiple times a day. So the FDA has decided that the companies making hand sanitizer need to provide proof that those chemicals are safe for that level of exposure, especially for pregnant women and for children. So there are three active ingredients: benzylconium chloride, ethyl alcohol, and isopropyl alcohol. Um, they're still under review, that. And hand sanitizer said won't kill all the germs. Hand sanitizers offer a short-term solution. The bottom line is they may serve in a pinch if you can't get to a faucet to lather up, but as soon as you can get to um, a restroom or a faucet where you can actually wash your hands with good soap and water, that's what it's about. And so if we think about hand sanitizer for just a minute, what year did hand sanitizer get invented? Well, the history of hand sanitizer has been around for quite a while. And people have made it their go-to to keep themselves clean and hopefully away from COVID. But the truth of the matter is, it doesn't fight every single virus or germ. It doesn't fight it. So, what could you do, ladies and gentlemen? What could you actually do to to stay clean? Well, one thing you can do is you can bring yourself a bottle with some water and some soap, right? And you can wash your hands. You can pour the water over your hands, and you can scrub, and that's going to be a lot better than using hand sanitizer. You could buy, some soap at the dollar store, and also another bottle to put your water in, right? But I think people just get a little bit, how can I say, um, addicted to something. Why? Because everyone was saying, "Oh, wow, I don't need to wash my hands. I can use hand sanitizer." And everybody's like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, I can use hand sanitizer. I don't have to do anything." All right, so you don't have to do anything, but is that really is that really the right thing, or is it not? Is it not? Hand sanitizer kills the COVID-19 virus, okay? The authors noted that while 30 seconds is the recommended time to rub hand sanitizer into skin, it was the time used in the study, and most people don't use them for that long. So when they just put it on their hand for like 5 or 10 seconds, they really don't give it a chance to get into the skin. So, some important things that you should know about hand sanitizer. All right. One, the CDC says that COVID-19 is spread from person to person through respiratory droplets. And these droplets can be on the hands of those infected. So you can see why that helps. Hand sanitizers are effective, but not as effective as soap and water. Hand sanitizers may not remove harmful chemicals from your hands. Hand sanitizers do not remove dirt and grease from your hands. There's a correct way to use hand sanitizers. Did you know that? What's the correct way? Well, it's to spray it on and it's to rub it all over your hands for 20 seconds or more, 20 to 30 seconds. But I think the biggest challenge is people don't really understand that hand sanitizers are a facade. So if you believe that all you need is hand sanitizers, you're not going to be protected. So how does this relate to our motivational topic, which you know I'm talking about a lot? Well, if we believe that something is a certain way, but it really isn't, for example, like the placebo effect, then we're really doing ourselves a disservice, especially in the case of health, right? Maybe you have a certain condition and there's something you need to do to get better. But because of something you read, you believe you don't need to do that. Does that seem weird? No, it's not weird. It's just that when you do something in life, you make a choice to do it. If you put on a facade, it's not really what it is, then there's a serious problem with that. A serious, serious problem. Thinking about hand sanitizer, okay, and just to look at this bottle that I got here, it says here the active ingredient is alcohol, and it's 72%. Purpose is antiseptic. Warning, it's flammable. Keep away from flame or high heat. Spray hands thoroughly and rub until dry. So you're putting something on your hand that could ignite if you get near a match or a flame. That doesn't seem very smart to me. You're putting something that could be a catalyst that could burn you. I'm not a big fan of hand sanitizer. I think soap is the way to go. That doesn't mean I never use it. I try to use it sparingly because I feel that hand sanitizer really doesn't give me the benefits of staying clean and getting rid of some of that other grime and dirt. But the moral here is that if you use something like hand sanitizer or you do something in your life and it's a placebo and it really doesn't help you, you're putting on a facade and you're really not going to see success. Thus, make sure that what you do in your life has a benefit. Don't go by what somebody else tells you. See for yourself that it changed your life. There's so many things online, and people say, gee, this is going to help you. This is going to help you. And I think those are great. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, you need to figure out, is it going to work for you in your life? Or is it just going to, I don't know, weigh in the wind? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. It has been an extreme pleasure, a privilege, and an honor to be with you this evening on December 17th. If you got value out of tonight's video, go to youtube.com, type in my name, John space C space Morley, the word serial entrepreneur. And then below any one of my videos, look for the key phrase, help keep our content free. And then make the choice to click on that PayPal link and buy my team and I a cup of coffee or a donut or some water. We'll be so grateful with those pennies and dollars that you give us. We'll invest them into new hardware, new technology, new equipment, new software, new staff, and even new facilities to give you the most jaw-dropping motivational content. We are counting up. Tomorrow is day 18. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days left until the 25th gift of inspiration. I am so pumped to be writing this book for you guys next year, the 25 Gifts of Inspiration. And then I'm even going to be coming out with a workbook. So it's going to be really amazing. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. I will be on tomorrow with another great unwrapping. But then starting Sunday, I'll actually be in Naples, Florida, and I'll be broadcasting from there. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. And remember, if somebody tells you to use something, you really don't know whether it's going to work for you, why don't you be the judge and figure out if it's going to improve your life, or if it's a placebo that maybe you're just using because you think it might help you. I'm John C. Morley, serial entrepreneur. Have yourself a great rest of your night.